here. One of the two Boros charms is in Jason's hand, so you got to like his opportunity to be able to do some damage. But Matt looks like he's got the 3 mana you're looking for in an opening hand, especially in a limited environment. 3 is kind of the magic number. Jason's on the play. He leads off with a Plains and passes the turn. So Matt's going to get us going with a Guild Gate, played tapped, and send it back to Jason. So even though some of these decks here in this game, there's a Boros deck, we'll have to wait and see if he's able to make a solid turn 2 play, and he does, as he gets the High Priest of Penance on the board. Not a very aggressive creature, but a very, very good limited creature. Hard to see the value in it for a lot of players, but I promise it is a very good thing that when you're able to block with your creature and take down the best creature on the opposite side of the board, or really destroy target non-land permanents. It doesn't even have to be a creature. As we see the 1-drop extort guy on Matt's side of the board, names will continue to escape me as we go, but he taps to pay 2 life to remove counters. Not a very impactful ability, especially in this matchup, but we'll have to wait and see how much the extort can affect the board, as it had a lot to do with the life total last game, and that is a Thrall Parasite we're looking at as the Kingpin's Pet joins the field for Jason. Remember, the power level on the cards he's put on the board already is very high, and with the Boros charm in hand, looks like he's going to be in a strong position to try to take this game down. But we have on Matt's side of the board, he's going to drop the Metropolis Sprite, and he gets a Extort trigger, which will take Jason to 19, bump Matt up to 18, or I'm sorry, 21. Not, in fact, watching Modern. Nobody sacked a fetch for a Shockland. It took 3, so players will start at 20 here today in Erie. We're at the Gatecrash Super Draft here, 5 rounds of Swiss today, a top 8 playoff. They will be redrafting for that top 8 playoff. And Jason's going to put a Madcap Skills on his Kingpin's Pet, and that gets an Extort trigger for him as well, taking life totals back to 20 apiece. And Madcap Skills gives +3/+0, and the creature it's enchanting cannot be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. So that's a 5 damage swing from Jason into Matt, who currently is going to be at 15. So extort triggers are kind of trading with each other at this point, and Jason's definitely taken the aggressive role. It's important to note he's got really 10 damage up and waiting to be thrown at somebody here. Matt's going to battle with the Sprite and give it a pump, so Jason's going to take 2 damage, drop to 18. And looks like we have a little issue with the life total here for Matt. I believe he's at 15 life. And we had a Prism get played. They both went to their life totals, so I think there was also an extort there. Yes, there was an extort. So Jason drops to 17. Matt bumps up to 16. Not quite the strongest limited player in the world myself, personally. Much more of a constructed player. But I can tell you guys that this extort mechanic is quite good and limited. And it's really, even when, just when your curve doesn't work out perfectly, it's a way to just deal a little bit more damage, to give yourself a little bit more reach and find a way to, take an aggressive stance in the game, even when all you're doing is playing walls. And speaking of walls, there's the Orzhov Guard from Jason with an extort trigger, and that will take Jason up to 18 and Matt down to 15. So life totals changing quickly. The lead gets established, and then extort slowly brings it back down. Looks like we just had a mythic get drawn for Matt here. Obviously a very, very powerful card that he drew. The exact name is escaping me, also mostly because it's very hard to pronounce. Larav, Demir Mastermind, I believe, is the card that Matt drew.
If Matt can't play another flyer, Jake can kill him.
So, yeah, so we have Matt down at 10. The Boros Charm plus the Madcap skills Kingpin's pet is threatening lethal next turn. Not that Matt is aware of the Boros charm, but definitely something that Jason is aware of. Also an extort trigger to be had here, but we're going to take a look at the card Matt played just as soon as it hits the battlefield again. As I flip frantically through my player guide here, trying to match the distinct coloring in the pictures. It looks like it's an encode spell. Not sure which one, though. Feel free to help me out. Oh, is it a...
Looks like it bounced this creature.
Okay, so... Yep, it looks like it was Void Walk. So exile target creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Looks like he cast it with a extort trigger. He tapped 5 mana for it, so there should be an extort trigger. And I believe he exiled his own guy after combat, so that way he'll be able to block with it next turn. Where'd Madcap skills go?
It fell off.
Off the Kingpin's pet?
Uh-huh.
What from? Oh, his guy? Oh, I got you. Okay, so he exiled the Kingpin's pet to get rid of... Okay, makes more sense now. Looked for a second like Matt exiled his own guy, but that's just him signifying that the spell's encoded. Jason's going to attack for 3. No blocks here from Matt. And... it looks like he's going to match the extort, the 1-drop extort creature that Matt has on his side of the board, the Thrall Parasite, and he's not going to activate it either, I'm sure. And it looks like we have another Cipher card here for Matt, the draw card. So really a dangerous spot to be in. It looks like a last thoughts. This is what he drew. He's holding the green creature Kokoruna, the creature whose name does not want to be pronounced correctly ever. And, yeah, Kakanura. Feel free to correct me if anybody wants to do some research, find out the exact right pronunciation for that if any of our viewers are interested. As we peek in on Game 2, Matt Bateshold is up a game. We have 17 minutes left in the round, and Kokurna hits the board for Matt. So and with an extort trigger to adjust the life totals. Matt definitely a little bit on the defensive here, but he's got to keep battling with that sprite in order to keep gaining some advantage, keep exiling creatures. As he brings the Kingpin's pet out, but it does rejoin the board at the end of turn for Jason here. So not getting a whole ton of value there off of that particular Cipher card, which, currently from what I'm seeing in this game at least, doesn't look to be a real game breaker. But we'll have to wait and see how it's able to impact things. When you're playing with Evolve, the ability to bounce creatures back to your hand can be very beneficial. So maybe in order to boost up his Krakanura, so it's a crocodile, so I need to be saying Krakanura. Looks like the more correct way to pronounce that card. Try to force my brain to remember it. Jason's going to turn some things sideways here. A 1-1, a 2-2, and a 1-1. So just trying to get some damage in. Really curious what he's got left in his hand. We do know about the Boros charm still, so if Matt's life total is correct at 4, simply not blocking, taking the 2-2 and one of these 1-1s is going to end up lethal for him because there's an extort trigger hidden into the Boros charm, which makes it worth 5 damage. And looks like that's going to be Matt's only block. Taking 3, which would drop him to 5, and we get an idea as to whether or not our life total is correct. Looks like it is. Did he double strike?
Yeah, and he exalted, he extorted twice.
Well,
So from the one,
Let's see. It looks like he actually extorted 3 times.
Oh, did he?
Using the less damage approach on that Boros Charm, getting less value from it. But regardless, evening the match at 1 game apiece, and